Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medina Monroe. Yeah.
Cocktail is called the Busted Berry Mule. You need 2 ounces of vodka, a half ounce of lime juice or a half of a fresh lime, a half ounce of raspberry puree, and some ginger beer. So here's how you're going to make the Busted Berry Mule. You are going to add the vodka, the lime juice, and the raspberry puree into a cocktail shaker filled with ice. Shake for 5 to 10 seconds in a glass, add ice, and pour from the shaker. Top with the ginger beer, garnish with the raspberries, and enjoy. I love ginger beer, so I'm excited to taste this.
I do like ginger beer. Hopefully it will bring some settling to my stomach.
Cheers.
Y'all, I'm hungry.
I know, that thing is over here freestyling.
It is. It's just been growling and shit. Let's see.
Love ginger beer.
I drank too fast.
I'm going to guzzle this. It's tasty.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jessica. You guys follow I feel like we have a personal bartender. Follow her at Your Tipsy Homegirl on Instagram and TikTok. She does have a mobile bartending service, mobile bartending services. So you can book her for private bartending classes if you need to learn how to bartend. Yeah. It's great for B-days,
date night,
girls' night.
Maybe you just want to do it yourself and feel rich.
Yeah, you just want to have a bad bitch in here making you drinks, and the drinks be good. If y'all have been listening for the past couple weeks, she's been providing our cocktails at Your Tipsy Homegirl. Follow her. They are amazing.
Yes. Okay, so welcome back, you guys, to Cocktails Dirty Discussions. How have you been?
I've been great, but wait.
What?
Y'all, Kiki's birthday recently passed, and we had a lot going on, and we saw each other in Houston, and it was great.
We had a good time. We went out for drinks. I seen her boo.
As someone who really thinks it's important to celebrate people, I wanted to say happy birthday. I love you, girl.
Oh, thank you. I love you too.
Why are
you being weird?
I just wanted to tell you happy birthday, and I got you a gift, and I wanted to bring it here so that you could see it. I just want everyone to know how amazing Kiki does doing this show. She deserves to be celebrated by any and everybody who was in her life all of September. I know that I personally, I'm just so thankful and grateful that I have you in my life. You trusted me to do cocktails with you, and that's a big deal.
Now, why y'all want to make me cry today?
I got you a card.
Thank you. We should have did this second.
You okay?
Y'all know I'm weak. I'm so emotional. And a cake. Thank you.
I'm not gonna sing.
I got 2 birthday cakes this year. You know
that's
what's
why
funny?
I was like, let me get you a mini cake, because we like
every year people forget to get the cake.
Oh.
And I'm not a big cake person, but it's just like the thought. But my mom was making such a big deal about it. So somebody else bought me a cake. And then you got me a cake. Thank you.
Happy birthday
oh,
to
gosh.
you.
Can we scoot that over, though, because it's blocking my light?
Happy birthday, dear Kiki. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish, girl.
Thank you.
And we will indulge in it later.
Thank you.
I went to Crate and Barrel. And listen.
I was wondering why they asked me if it was somebody's birthday when we walked in. And then I saw the balloons, but I didn't know what she's talking about.
I was like, sis. What? I'm gonna get
this
this back to you. I'm not holding the cake.
I know.
So
maybe I should move on.
The Crate and Barrel, you can open it later, and if you don't like it, then their gift receipt is in there, and just take it back, because I don't be doing all that cooking. And I went in there and asked the man what kind of trinkets would you get someone who likes to be in the kitchen, and so he had said that there's this artist that's an architect. This is why I did this.
Okay.
So there was an artist named Fred or Frank somebody. He's an architect. He's not even like a chef or anything, and he doesn't like to cook, but he said he's so particular about everything in his life and how it is and it needs to be his way, that he made a line of dishware and stirring utensils and all types of
utensils.
And I was cracking up because I said, that's Kiki. Kiki's like, no, I'm going to create it and do it. And happy birthday. I love you. I'm glad we do this show together. I'm glad. A lot of y'all might not know, me and Kiki have known each other since high school. And
it's a long time. Don't do no math now. But it's a long time. I think I only have 1 or 2 friends that I've known longer than you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
'Cause that's long.
That's a long ass time.
It's a long ass time.
Woo!
And we got a lot more celebrating to do. Like,
yes.
When this comes out, DC will have already happened, but we about to turn the fuck up.
Because we've got some celebrating to do in DC. Because Medina's birthday is coming up.
We turn it up. I'm not going to be ignorant, though.
What you mean?
You know how I get drunk a little bit on birthday. Did you get drunk on your birthday? Tell us about your birthday.
Yeah, okay. So, man, so I went to Houston. I didn't really have anything planned for real. And my friends were like, come down here. If y'all don't know, most of my friends at this point live there. And who aren't super busy all the time, you know? And my other friends all travel for work. Everybody who lives in Atlanta has to travel. So sometimes it's hard getting together with people. And then I was missing my family, and I was just looking at the calendar and getting overwhelmed because, I mean, it's 5 shows, but we do a lot of things to prepare for these shows. And then I've got homecoming coming up, all these other things, all these family events.
That's going to be fun.
So October is going to be so busy. Like, just the rest of the year is busy. So I ain't playing shit. My sisters were like, bitch, come down to Houston. We're going to have a good time. I was like, okay, but I don't want to plan a whole bunch of stuff. You know how it gets. And then people are calling me, whatever. So we went to dinner when I first got there. And it was so funny, y'all. We went to dinner, had a great dinner. All my girls were there. My sister came down from Dallas. My other sister came. And some other friends. One of my friends flew in. And then we went to this place. If you are ever going out in Houston, it's called FYC. Finish Your Champagne. It's a cute, I thought it was going to be a cocktail bar. So when I went to the soft opening, it was supposed to be, you know, vibey, but they already had the signs for when the bottles come out. So I was like, well, what kind of vibe is it going to be, you know? And it's downtown. It's so cute. The guy who owns it is cute too.
He fine? He single?
He is. I'll show you his page later. Anyway, y'all, guess who I walk in and see?
I already know.
Voodoo Dick, right across from my table. And he was looking at me just stuck because he was on a date.
Ooh.
He was distracted the whole fucking night. So he's with his date and we're talking. He was like, why didn't you tell me you were going to be in town today? When'd you get here? How long you been here?
Sorry,
and I'm looking like, the date can hear you. Like, they're at a small, like, cocktail table. So I was like, oh, well, you know, my birthday is on Tuesday. I didn't really plan anything for real. So my sisters and my homegirls were like, come out here. So, you know, I just decided to come a couple of days ago. And so she's like, the date is like, oh, it's your birthday? I was like, hey, girl. She wants to take a shot. I took a shot. She gave me a hug. Oh, one big happy family. So anyway, sat down. Nothing happened that night. I was way too drunk. I should post a video. Not while I was in there, but once I had time to take a nap in the car.
Because Kiki will sleep anywhere.
I surely will. I didn't sleep in the club. I had a good time. And then another funny thing was he kept pressing me about how I knew the guy who walked us in the club. I didn't know him. He was a friend of my friends. But it turns out I see him the next night. So I gave him my number because I was kind of curious. Like, why are you so worried about how I know him? That nigga's a freak. I'll tell y'all about that later.
And that's why he was worried about it?
I think so. I think he wanted to be like, are you fucking him too?
Oh.
Like, I didn't know that they were friends, but obviously they know each other.
Niggas be nosy. Mind your business.
Very nosy, because I'm not even your girl.
You on a date.
What the fuck?
What? Can I get an appetizer? Shoot. Let me get a little taste.
So, yeah, I did that. And then Medina came to town a couple days later. I had a Sunday fun day. I met a new African prince.
Ooh.
He's really nice.
Is he cute?
I think so.
Okay.
He's not very tall, but that's all right.
Okay.
It's all right. So anyway, I've been talking to him. He is coming out here soon. Maybe I'll be in town. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But he's really nice. He's a little older, but it was funny because once he told me how old he was, I was thinking in my head like, damn, he kind of old. And I was like, bitch, that's 6 years older than you in your real age. I had to humble myself really quick. And then Medina came and we went and had drinks. And then
that was fun. As soon as we got there, niggas was like, what they drinking? I want to get them something.
Yeah, it was just like so much going on. It's such nice guys. We met a listener. What was her name?
Ariel.
Yes.
Shout out to Ariel.
Yes. She was so cool. We met her. We met some other people. And then we went to one of my other favorite places, Mary's. And then after that, I had to go see a sneaky link to just finish the birthday outright.
It's been so long since I had a sneaky link.
I know. And I wanted to go out again, but that just didn't happen. I was like, you know what? By the time I got to meeting up with him, I was like, I'm tired.
Don't it be sad when you be tired? You be like,
I'm really grown. I'd rather just sit here and talk. And
just lay down and get comfortable. Yeah, maybe eat some Sour Patch Kids.
Well, I have that. We can just have more hookah and drinks. Okay. But, you know.
The hooks will suffice. I recently met an African man, too. at one of my favorite spots in Atlanta, Kebab Land. Every time somebody slides somebody, like, where should I go in Atlanta? I mean, niggas, I'd be like, pull up to Kebab Land. It ain't the cutest, but still get cute.
There are men there.
The niggas, I can't, if I go to by myself to Kebab Land, I'm almost always pulled at somebody else's table and I go. But so that's what happened. And he was an African man. I don't know if he was a prince.
Was he young?
He was older. And he said he was a farmer. Like he farmed like ginger and all the people that were with him looked like, why you lying? Yeah. But he was just so hard on the eyes. I did exchange numbers with him.
Why?
Because at first he was getting me with the whole, like, and I had girlfriends come in. I was like, they about to sit at the table. We could just exchange. But I can't do it. Seemed like he had money, but it was just too hard to look at.
Could you go on the date with him without your glasses?
I don't want, you ever not want people to see you with somebody?
Oh.
It was like one of those. Like I feel like
a little Quasimodo.
Yeah, exactly. And if people saw me with him, I know they would be like, dang, is Medina having a hard time? It was going to be like that. She just needs to fuck some niggas for some money real quick. Like, I've been there, done that. I'm not there right now yet. So, but
not yet.
Before we move on, we do have a few announcements. I wanted to say, if you guys are interested in traveling before the end of the year, you haven't traveled yet and you promised yourself more travel and you didn't do it, it's not too late. Go to paradiseandvibe.com, book your trip to South Africa. I'm going. A lot of people are going. It's open to men and women, single or partners. You can come solo. Girls, guys, everybody, come have a good time. We're turning up for New Year's Eve. Go to paradiseandvibe.com, and I hope to meet you guys.
Yes, and if you're not trying to travel or you can't travel right now, we have something going on with Taste Vitamins. So on October 29th, that's a Saturday, we are going to be at KOD on the South Side.
South Side.
Yeah, there will be a sip and paint. The link to the tickets is in our description.
There'll be nude models, you guys. Nude male and female models.
Or you can head to chasevitainc.com to purchase your tickets today. What else? Merch is available. Go to I'mCuriousToKnow.com, order your shirts. Also, you can pre-order the game. So if you have been asking us when we're restocking, we're working on getting that shipment in. So go ahead, and we opened it up for pre-orders so that you guys can get it first. Y'all said y'all wanted it. I highly suggest you get the pre-order because you don't want to be caught out there waiting for the scraps that's left.
You don't. And also the holidays are coming up. This is a great birthday present. I mean, a great Christmas present. New Year's Eve present. Birthday present. If you're getting together and you're going to couples cabins trips for Thanksgiving or for, it's getting cold. It's cuffing season. This game is going to help you get cuffed, bitch. Go to I'mCuriousToKnow.com and pre-order.
Also, I want to remind you guys that you can purchase Klassy Baste. That's KlasssyBaste.com. That is my cookbook, so you can purchase it, and I will be making an announcement soon about the second volume to the book.
And if you want to support us in a different way than any of those ways we just listed, you can go to patreon.com/CockTales and join our Patreon community. That is a way to show appreciation for your creators that have a Patreon account. So for us, you'll get bonus content weekly. You get early access to tickets. We do a live every month. So it's a lot of fun. We get to know our audience and our listeners. So go to patreon.com/CockTales and join the fun.
Yeah, and speaking of supporting us and having a good time, do you ever just have weekends that are so boring, or maybe weekdays? It doesn't matter. You can come to a live show. You can bring your friends. You can meet new friends and come solo, go on a date, whatever. We have several live shows coming up. Next up, we have Chicago, October 16th. That is a Sunday. We will be at City Winery. It's the location on like Randolph Street because they have two. City Winery.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have two there and two in Boston. I'm sorry, y'all, but click the link to know which location the Boston one is.
Right.
But that one is going to be on Friday, November 4th. And then the following Thursday, November 10th, we will be in Huntsville, Alabama at Stand Up Live. And then we're going to Houston on December 10th, and we will be at Warehouse Live.
If you're interested in sponsoring any of these shows, please send us an email. We'll put the information in the description. Sponsoring a live podcast, especially CockTales, is very beneficial for your company. And it can be any type of business, a service, a corporate situation, real estate, whatever you have. These ads that would be in the show if you support us or sponsor us, they don't get deleted. That's what I like people to know. It does not get deleted.
And a lot of people's products have sold out. The hair perfume.
Mm-hmm.
That sold out.
Taste had a huge increase in sales. She Orgasms
had a huge increase in sales, which you can still use my code. Kiki said so, by the way. And then we've had a bunch of different people who have services. We've had makeup artists, hairstylists, workspaces. We can't do any alcohol or food for the live shows, but we can always do that for the regular shows. Like last week we had Dumas Rum. We've had a lot of really great sponsors along the way. You don't have to be a major company. We have packages that are affordable for, different budgets. It's not going to be free, but we can work with you. Photo booths. Even like think about doing some sort of activation to where you're going to have people in front of your business. People are always wanting those photo booths.
And if you have something
coming up
that people can touch or hold, or it could be put into a gift bag, that you have the opportunity to put your product in the hands of our listeners. And we have very faithful listeners.
They buy everything.
We
all have shopping problems. That's what it is. But that's okay. You're in good company. Okay, you guys. I
went to the Usher concert.
Oh, yeah.
And I got my nose pierced in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me that. I was like, wait, what?
I am so happy that I got my nose pierced in Vegas. I feel like a new person. Because I've been saying that I wanted to get it done. And I just was really like, I'm not going to like put something on my face. But then when I was in Vegas with somebody's son, we were walking and we walked past that big tattoo shop that's in Vegas. I think it's called Club Tattoo. It's like a very popular one. And I was like, dang, I've been wanting to get my nose pierced. I'm going to do it one day. He was like, no, you're going to do it now. And I was like, oh, I love you. I do. Okay. So then we turned around and we went in and I got my nose pierced and I love it. I went to go see Usher with him.
How was that? I want to go see Usher.
Kiki, please go. Please go. And go with somebody's son.
Okay.
It was so much fun. It was romantic.
You said that like I just be turning down everybody's son, but okay.
It was so much fun. And then like the good thing about it is like Usher puts you in a mood, bitch.
I love me some Usher.
I forgot how much I loved Usher. And I forgot how many hits Ush had.
So many.
He was on the concert. He was on the stage skating. It was amazing. They do like a whole like P-Valley theme part of the show where there's real strippers. They're not just dancer strippers. They're real. You could tell they went to the club, got the best of the best, and brought them bitches and the poles, and they was swinging around. I thought they was going to fall off the stage. It was a really great experience. I had a great time.
I can tell. I really want to go. I've heard that the show is just amazing.
It's a great date. It's a really great date. Oh, I also wanted to say our friends from A Little Kiss and Tell, they're having a play party on October 13th. I might have said it too late, but October 13th is going to be really cool, y'all. We had Tiara on the show, and it's her podcast, so I might go.
Okay.
I might go, but I don't know if I will play because I feel like a lot of people that I know would be there. And so I already have people DMing me like, oh, like, are you going to be in the playroom? I'm like, okay, now I'm not. I thought I was, and now I'm not, because y'all niggas why can't y'all just be quiet?
Right. You could have been like the people in New York.
Yeah.
New York knows how to do it.
They say something after you ate my pussy. That's crazy.
Well, I hope you guys have fun.
We will.
Okay, so on that note, we are going to move on to weird sex.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
All right. So, speaking of somebody's son is so fucking disrespectful. Imagine you get married, you finally find the man that you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
I can't wait.
And you guys walk down the aisle, you're on your honeymoon, like he showed up, nothing bad happened yet. You go to sleep. He's still up and still horny. Instead of tapping you on your shoulder to roll over, he's on the internet hunting for hoes. This man, Paul, some last name I can't pronounce, in, of course, Florida, decided to solicit a prostitute on the internet. So he went out. He went to go meet the prostitute, but guess what? It wasn't a prostitute. It was an undercover detective doing a sting operation. He got arrested. Imagine getting a call that your husband was trying to get some pussy from somebody else, and you on your honeymoon, and you just sleep. You probably tired. He was probably fucking her all day. And that just wasn't enough.
Well, but then I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here. What if she was mean?
Well, she probably deserved to be mean to a person who would even think to do this. So I was mean to you today. I had an attitude. So you decide to go fuck a prostitute that you found off the internet tonight on our honeymoon?
Hey, my
Like,
guy.
what? What
My
is there? What could
guy.
have gone wrong? That was just stupid. He's probably some sort of sex addict or something. But they got a bunch of people, y'all. It was like 100 people on, they did like a collage of all the mugshots from the sting operation.
That's
They are cracking down. What was the county?
embarrassing.
Hillsborough County, I think it was.
That's
Yep,
embarrassing.
Hillsborough
Imagine that
County.
being the first time that you're like, I'm just going to try to get a prostitute. I just want to try something new. And they're like, busted.
Something tells me this wasn't his first time by the mugshot. He's been arrested for a few things.
That really sucks to ruin. I wonder if they got a divorce.
I wonder too. I don't know.
You think that's grounds for divorce?
I definitely wouldn't bail his ass out.
Okay.
You gonna wait? Yeah, I need to. We need an annulment. This is not the person I thought it was. I have been scammed.
This nigga out here buying
Bamboozled.
pussy on the honeymoon.
Like, obviously, I don't even know this man. Yeah. So that's it for Weird Sex. You guys keep sending those stories. weirdsex@cocktailspod.com. All right. So before we move on to our discussion, we do have a little message from one of our sponsors.
We sponsored y'all.
Okay, so are you a content creator, entrepreneur, vlogger, or podcaster who creates content to market your brand? If you said yes, you must check out CampSpace, a one-stop content creation hub where your authenticity can truly bloom.
Ooh, CampSpace is more than just a beautiful studio for creating content. Their all-inclusive services include elevated VIP content experiences, on-site event content creation, podcast and video production, and behind-the-scenes content shadowing, all which can be done on or off-site. And y'all, CampSpace can even provide all of the support you need, like photographers, videographers, copywriters, makeup artists, I didn't know that, hairstylists, and audio engineers. They're literally the cheat code to creating scroll-stopping content, and it's about time you stop trying to figure it out on your own because it's looking dusty.
Ooh. To learn more and book your content creation experience with CampSpace, which is located in DC, and also owned by a Black woman, visit campspaces.com or tap the link in the show notes. And check out the amazing high-quality content they've created for their clients on their Instagram page at CampSpaces. So yeah, for all the DMV people, this is where you need to head to find a cute little studio.
Makeup services and hair services is such a great add-on.
Mhm.
Imagine you could just show up looking ugly and they'll be like, we got you, bitch.
Yeah.
We gonna make you cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so this week we have a bunch of different topics to discuss with you guys. We are in cuffing season.
Mhm.
I don't know how it's going for you. How's it going?
Girl,
Is it a good season? Is it a strong season? You're gonna finish out strong. You're gonna be crying on Christmas.
I'm probably going to be crying on Christmas because
Okay.
somebody just reminded me the other day that we stupidly said we would be married by Christmas. I don't know what kind of tequila I was drinking that day.
Ooh, that's probably reposado.
Because, like, what the fuck? Why would I even say that? I know good and goddamn well. I mean, I tried to start off strong, but it's not going well. I am trying to recruit.
that deep breath was like,
It's
ooh.
stressful. I'm really excited to go to DC
Mhm.
and recruit some more. This is my problem. This is another reason I like going out of town. When I'm out of town, I do not sit in the hotel room. I go out and I do stuff, even if it's chill stuff. I don't have to like party nonstop, but I'm going to get out. I'm by myself.
Mhm.
I force myself to talk to other people.
And it's always a great way to meet men. I always tell women this, when you're by yourself.
Yes.
It's not the best time when you're with a group of your homegirls.
It's
Go by
really
yourself,
not.
go to a hotel bar or a sports bar, a bougie one. And
Mhm.
that's when the niggas be coming.
I really hope it's some nice young men at my hotel bar. I
Oh,
hope
in
so.
DC?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is this a cute hotel? They have some cute restaurants in there. I'm just trying to see the men in the suits. You feel me?
I don't know who I think I am because I just think we're rock stars and I already be setting up my dick appointments in the city. So it's like, I don't even think I can meet somebody in DC, but I really kind of
You definitely can't, but I can.
Yeah.
You still want to? How you gonna manage that?
Well, I just kind of like to be at the hotel bar, but I mean, it ain't gonna happen because I like him.
Oh my
But
God.
so what I wanted to talk about was, and I was talking about this with a young man, surprisingly.
Mhm.
So often on Instagram, on TikTok, on all these social media platforms, we hear women complaining about everything that men do wrong in dating, right? And it's valid. These niggas don't know what they doing. But some of the women don't either. And so I wanted to know, we were talking about dating. Like when you sit down to go on a date with somebody, whether you're at dinner or doing an activity, are you how often are you actually having a good time with someone? And we put all the pressure on the men sometimes, but sometimes women are boring. And so I wanted to know, do you think you're a good dater?
I do. And even when I'm bored, I don't just sit there. I still try, and even if it's like pulling teeth, I'm still going to try and turn the date around. Unless you do something like really rude, disrespectful, something like that. But other than that, yeah, I try to have conversations. I try to talk about different things, not just my life either. I want to learn about you. I want to learn about your experiences, what's going on in your life.
Exactly. I think that it's very important to try to stay off of your phone. To me, that's what the bitches be doing. Just,
I put it up.
Yeah, I put my phone like under my thigh, and I won't take it out unless I'm like about to show you something, or if we're to that point where it's okay for me to kind of just be like, I do want to kind of get a picture of my boob. But for the most part, I think I'm a good dater too. Even if I'm not having a good time, I do a good job with conversation. And I don't know if that's because we're podcasters or if it's our true personalities.
I don't know. Because I think that's the biggest thing that makes things boring is the lack of conversation, not knowing what to talk about and all this stuff. And sometimes I will talk a lot. And I try to slow down a little bit, but I talk and ask questions to give them time to talk. Maybe it is because we're podcasters. I'm like, I don't like this dead air. Like, it doesn't have to be every breath be filled with conversation. We can just be for a little while, but I don't want it to last too long. Especially when it's somebody new, because there's so much to learn about each other. Like, why are we just sitting here?
Why are we just sitting here?
Like, even if it's to the point where I feel comfortable coming over to your house, I feel like, well, I might not know you, but I probably know you. If I decided to come over, we can have more moments of silence.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be sitting over there not talking about shit.
Yeah. The beginning of, I recently stopped talking to somebody for this, and I'm sure he's a great guy for somebody else. But yeah, he was just not talking about nothing. He kept talking about how he loves to go on dates and have a good time and talk. But it was like pulling teeth, and I give people about 4 times. I really do give you a lot of chances.
That's a lot.
I give a lot of chances because I understand.
If that was once a week, that's a whole month.
Yeah,
girl, talk about wasting a month of your life.
Yeah, and he just was not getting it. And I was trying to give him chances, like, if someone invites you out somewhere with their friends, I would decline the offer if I don't feel comfortable around your friends, or if I know that I'm not going to represent you well. And to me, representing someone well is I'm socializing with people. I'm not you. If someone invites me to be their +1 at a wedding, even if I don't know everybody, I'm not going to just be sitting at the table and I don't know.
I'm going to try and talk to somebody.
I'm going to dance. I'm talking to congratulations to the wife, to the bride, and like they gonna be like, dang, where is that girl that you brought that last time?
Yeah. Now I will say, one time I went out with this guy and his friends were there. They were so loud. It was a bunch of Africans, so it was really hard to jump in that conversation. But I even got in there with my squeaky little voice. So you too can get in the conversation. Don't be afraid to jump in and speak up and ask questions. Sometimes I think people overanalyze what they want to say. Another thing though, I don't want to talk about a bunch of superficial shit. Girl. I don't want to talk about your ex all day. I'm probably not even going to ask you a lot about that, especially initially. I want to get to know you. Yeah. Then I want to learn more about, like, how did you end up here?
Now, I do love throwing somebody off in a conversation by just, like, if they are talking about a lot of superficial, surface level shit, I love just throwing you a curveball. Like, what was your childhood like? And a lot of niggas be like, it'd be their childhood.
Oh, I thought the curveball was going to be like, okay, well, can you go give me one?
Go give me one way.
Whatever he was talking about.
I was like,
if he's talking about all the bags he bought his last girlfriend, okay, well, can we go get some? Can we go to the mall? We can close this check.
I never have had that happen. If I did, that probably would be my response, because you clearly want to be used.
Yeah.
But no, I like to get deep and start asking deep questions, because a lot of men don't know. A lot of people, I won't just say men, aren't comfortable like talking about their background. So now it's like, okay.
I wonder why.
I think that
I love talking about mine.
So do I. I like talking about my childhood, how I was raised. I like talking about my parents, I like talking about my family. But I do think that a lot of people don't grow up with that. So it could be uncomfortable. But I still want to know. Like, I still think when you're dating someone, even if you don't come from the best background, I still want to know about it. One of my worst fears is getting in a relationship with someone or wasting my time with somebody, and I just learn about all your traumas when it's too late and I'm too deep in. Let's talk about it now, nigga.
So I can figure out if I can handle it or not.
Yeah, because most likely I can't. So what was it like?
And then I don't like somebody who's stuck in the past. I don't want to hear about how you used to be able to do all of these things or how you were supposed to make it to the league. At this point, nigga, that was 20 fucking years ago.
What else?
Your knee has been bad.
You know what else is starting to get on my nerves? Because now I feel like niggas have caught on and they lying. Therapy. It's now just trending
the therapist's
topic.
name?
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't need. You're not wooing me by telling me you're in therapy. I'm sorry. Keep that to yourself. Like we don't need to sit here and talk about it all day. I get it. That's great. Be healthy. But now I think that people are lying and
They're
you're just
using
saying
all
it
the buzzwords
to make me be like, oh my gosh, this is so healthy. But you still out here nigging. So what?
And this part of the conversation is getting bored because you're not telling me none of the juicy tea from your childhood. You want to talk about healing. Nah, nigga, tell me what you're healing from.
What caused the heal? Why you need to heal?
No, I'm interested. Why do you go to therapy so much? What happened in 8th grade?
That's what I want to know. Stop lying.
They do be lying.
They be
about
lying.
Therapy. You know you're not going to therapy. It's
Lying.
okay. Because therapy does get boring. I've been to therapy. That shit gets boring
Let me tell you
sometimes.
something. Speaking of therapy, I was doing therapy and it was great and when I was all sad and depressed. And then I had to stop because I realized me and my therapist, I was on the phone, like we were just talking. It was talk space. And we would be on the little FaceTime call. And girl, we just laughing and talking about cocktails. And I said, it's time for me to stop. Dude,
Yeah,
this is
'cause
too
I'm paying for
expensive.
this.
It's time to stop. Now I'm not sad no more.
I saw a meme and the girl or the person was like, I wonder if my therapist ever be like, ooh, is this going to be tea time today or we got to heal? That probably would.
Do.
Yeah. I think she used to love hearing about all my little stories. I don't want to talk about this today.
Well, the next time you ladies find yourself complaining about how trash dating is in whichever city you're in, I want you to ask yourself, ma'am, are you a good dater? Are you one of the ladies that we're talking about that's boring as fuck? I'd like to know. I'd also like to know, Kiki. Now, I heard Kiki use this term, a thought nigga couch.
Yeah.
What
we
is
all
a
know
thought
what a
nigga
thought
couch?
nigga couch is. It's not this, but it's very similar. So it's a leather couch with a low back. This is more of a mid-century modern style. The thought nigga couch is totally contemporary. It's more square. There's no rounded edges. It's usually a sectional. On the back of one side, you can bring the little thing up so you can kind of rest your head, I guess, while you're watching the game on a too big TV. But then also underneath there's storage because niggas love storage. Like just like on Lazy Boys, they be having cup holders and all kind of shit. Like, why do you need all of this on your couch?
Why do you need all
Get up.
these dishes on the furniture?
Right. And plugs and outlets and everything else. But it's the thought nigga couch. And that's what that man had. I know a few people with the thought nigga couch. It comes in red, white, and black. Probably available at Rooms to Go or Rent-A-Center.
Somewhere somebody is sitting on a thought nigga couch right now. They
Like,
looking at that
damn.
nigga like...
It is a cute couch, but I realized once I saw 4 niggas with the same couch, I said, this is a thought nigga couch.
Do it be on sale?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I think it just, I don't know.
So we like the thought nigga couch.
It's cute, but I'm tired of seeing it.
Oh. Could you imagine you were on somebody's thought nigga couch getting hit from the back, just walls getting busted,
That's
back
happened.
shots everywhere. You forget whose thought nigga couch you on.
And you say the wrong
and
name?
you be like, Brandon. And he's like, what?
Ooh. That's why you don't say names. You just need to say baby.
You need to say baby.
Or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, thought nigga couch. Have you? I need to find a picture.
I need
of
it
it
because
so you
I
can see.
actually don't know if I've experienced a thought nigga couch.
I feel like you probably have. I'm trying to think if I know anybody who has one that you would have seen. Contemporary leather sectional.
She really looking up the thought nigga couch.
I
can't wait to see it. I also, while you're looking that up, when I was in Vegas, I was talking to one of my homeboys, and he was talking about. I just learned all these new terms in the past few weeks.
gosh.
Post-nut clarity.
Now,
I
when
have
Medina asked me
never-
about that, she said she never heard of it.
ever.
We have talked about it on the show. Niggas have come on the show and talked about it.
post-nut, and they
Yes.
called it that. Post-nut
Yes,
clarity.
That exact phrase. I feel like you probably just weren't listening to this.
Well, we got a bunch of new listeners, and somebody listening to the show doesn't know what post-nut clarity is.
Okay,
have you
so
ever?
explain.
Have you ever been fucking with a dude and y'all actually fuck, and then all of a sudden afterwards he is just acting totally different? He had a post-nut clarity and realized he don't like you no more. I don't know what it was. I don't know if that means he didn't like the sex, or maybe like he was just so horny.
Sometimes you're just horny.
Yeah, he didn't realize that he's not attracted to you. But I can't believe how many men will really talk about this and be like, yeah, like afterwards I just realized there's actually nothing here, and they just leave. That is crazy to me.
I
But
mean, have you ever felt that way?
I have felt, but that's when I was like, wow, okay, this is like a real thing. Not that
Sometimes
often.
you're just horny.
Yeah, sometimes you're just horny. And it's not like I'll never talk to you again. I might do it like at least 2 more times, and then I'm like, oh, I really don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to me.
I mean, it is what it is. And I think that it probably happens to men more so than women because we will buy a sex toy. So we don't have to be bothered with a person in those extreme horny times.
And it's crazy because Homeboy was like, it happens immediately. And I mean immediately after sex. He said immediately
He
after
meant
that nut
Was he
happens.
thinking about somebody specific?
I don't know, but he said it's immediate. Like, you're not like, oh, let me think about it. It's like you nut and you're like, oh, I don't like this bitch.
It's like a sigh of relief.
That's crazy.
Like when your stomach is hurting and you finally go let it out. And then it's like, whew, thank God. I thought I was dying. But I'm not.
Outside is crazy. Outside is nasty. It's scary and it's hard out here in these streets. Somebody please come save me. Because I don't deserve to be here. I don't deserve this.
I thought you were enjoying being outside.
I was, but it's about to get cold. It's about to get cold outside. You want to go inside?
I guess you better find you a coat.
Well, send me some links.
Maybe that's what I get you for your birthday, a nice, cozy fur coat.
Another topic of discussion that I was having with a gentleman. I love having our podcast. Sometimes I'll pull up our podcast outline and have these discussions with guys over the phone. They don't know I pulled up the outline.
Oh, I'm like...
Yeah. No, I'll just pull it up on my own and just be like, hey, like, I have a question. And
what do you think about this?
Yeah, what do you think about this? And one of those was opening doors.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. But one of the guys I was talking to, he was like, I asked him, we kind of like each other. And I was like, so he does this thing with me where it's like, if I walk and touch the door, he's like, are you serious? Like, you're so basic. Why are you touching a door? And I was like, well, you're walking slow. He's like, yeah, but if a man is doing that, you just stop at the door. Don't touch it. And then let him touch it. And I was like, well, let me ask you something. Are you opening every girl's door? Because
what was his answer?
He was like, yes. He was like, because it's the gentleman thing to do. He was like, I think it's so crazy how you women have the bar set basically in hell. That like,
well, we've been in hell for a long time.
We're thirsty. But he was like, so I was really trying to like think about it. Every date that I've ever been on in life, I'm not gonna lie, every nigga hasn't opened my door.
Me either.
And so he was like, that's crazy to me. He was like, because even if I go on a date with a woman and I know I'm not gonna call her anymore, I'm opening the doors. I'm still doing the things that I said for you because it's the gentleman thing to do. He still ain't shit, but he gonna open the door. And so it made me think, like, he was like, I just think it's crazy that you would still talk to somebody who's not doing that bare minimum action.
You know what I think it is? I think a lot of these people just wasn't raised right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have talked to somebody and I asked them, why don't you do some of these things? He was like, honestly, I hear you. I don't mind doing those things, but I don't do them because nobody taught me this.
And it's really hard when you meet the niggas that were taught because it makes you, while I don't want to be like this harsh woman and just be cutting niggas off the second you do something wrong, but I like that standard of like a man that knows he's going to open your door.
And that you don't have to teach him that, because that's another thing. Sometimes, I guess it depends on how much I'm really willing to put into somebody. Like, I can tell you, well, this is what I like, or this is what I expect, and then you need to take it from there. You're not a child. I'm sorry you missed it during your upbringing, but now we're here at our big ages. Once you realize that, you need to correct it.
Yeah, and my thing with the whole teaching that specific thing is like, I can't do it. That's my thing about it. But it's only because it's not gonna be like fixed in a day.
It's gonna take a long time for you to form this new habit, and then you're gonna get mad at me.
And then you're gonna get mad at me, and that's not fair. I want my door opened, and now I sound like a bitch. I look like a bitch, and now you mad, and you just need to fuck with bitches that don't care about you opening their doors. It's not a big deal. Mm-hmm. But once you've experienced certain things, you are kind of like, it raises the bar, and it's hard to go back to like, if I'm with a nigga and I just stand in front of the door, he's like, what are you doing? Come out.
Open the door.
He walks past me and just
You know what I don't like? Somebody got in the car one time, leaned over to open the door from the inside. I just stood outside.
It makes me
why
feel,
would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, you already wanted to open the door, I guess, or you were like, why isn't she opening it? Or maybe his door was broke. I don't know, because I didn't open it and I just had an attitude. I still got in because I was hungry that day, but I was like, never again.
It doesn't feel good.
And I was like, why would you do that? He's like, what's the big deal? I said, it's just like, hello, did you forget I was here?
Yeah.
I don't like it. A lot of guys that I've been out with, they do it, and I like it. I walk kind of fast, so sometimes I do get to the door first, but they know I'm just going to stand there and wait.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
I like the princess treatment.
I love the
princess
treatment. I don't want anything
treatment.
I think any woman listening to this right now, you should. Now, hey, listen, everybody's not going to get it. So.
And, that's fine, too, but hopefully you can at least experience it sometime.
And even I think it's a good topic of discussion to bring up if you are dating a guy and he's never opened your door. I hope it doesn't turn into an argument, but you should ask him, why don't you ever open my door? And if it's the type of person that's like, well, y'all want to be equally treated.
I never said that.
Nigga.
I don't want to be equal to be
either. I just know that I love it. And he was like, he's like, I can't even imagine you. And this made me feel like, dang, bitch, what's wrong with you? He was like, I can't even imagine you going on a date with a man that wouldn't open your car door and your door. And I was like, well, I done been out with some hood niggas.
Yeah.
That didn't really deserve
You know
it.
what? For me, it wasn't even the hood niggas. It was like the guys who you would think would do it. The really soft ones. Yeah.
Wow.
That want to be all up under you. And it's like, you don't know to open my door?
And you would just think that, like, we know, let's just say all men are the same and all they want is pussy. Let's just say that that's what their goal is, their end goal. You would think that you would want to do all the right things to tenderize that pussy.
Right.
Get it good and ready. You know what I mean?
Get
Make
it all
her not
juicy.
really want to think about going home or
Yeah, why would I go home? I love it here.
I love it here. Like, this really is mind blowing to me.
It really is because, yeah, even if you don't like her for real, what is it to open a door or do these little things that, as we're telling you, she's probably not used to getting? So it's gonna make you look better.
I love a man that treats.
You know what? All the thought niggas open doors.
Cause they smart.
They are
a
smart.
Thought niggas gonna treat the bougie girl like a queen and the hoe. He's like, y'all all got pussy and I want it.
And I'm gonna dive in.
Don't
and
touch
I'ma
that
open
door,
your
bitch. Don't touch
Don't
that
touch
door.
it. I got you. I'm gonna pour you a drink. Don't worry about it. Don't get up. I got everything. I'm gonna pay for
He
it.
gonna order for you and everything.
You have no reason. Yeah, I like that.
I love it. But yeah, that young man really had me thinking. I was like, wow, that's another thing I got to add to my list. Like, if you don't know to open doors, yeah. And I thought I had it. I was like, oh, okay, men don't do that anymore. And that's fine. It's not fine. It's actually not fine.
Like it. And then I've seen some guys say, some girls don't like that. Okay, well, go find her.
You need to go find her because let me tell you something. I think that women are incredible. We have the ability to literally bake a baby, a human person in our bodies, and then we don't need nobody else to nourish it. We can nourish it from our body. Open the fucking door, nigga.
Yeah, like
that's
what's
crazy.
so hard about it?
We really preaching today. Y'all better be. Y'all see me come in the live show. Open the door.
We're just gonna be standing at the door.
Everybody's walking past. What's wrong with
the door? We're just waiting on somebody to open the motherfucking door. Like, hello. Are y'all calling us basic? That's what I'm gonna say the next time somebody does that. Are you saying I'm basic? He's gonna be like, what? Why didn't you open my door?
What is going on? I really want to start.
Did you call me ugly?
I want to start trying it with strangers. Like, I just want to be out, like, let me say I'm at Lennox or something and walking into a store. I'm just going to stop in the back. Can you imagine causing a whole stampede? You just get trampled
I don't want to do that
over.
at the mall because they be
on
shooting
the news.
up
They're
there.
like, ma'am, what? Why did you just stop? Were you having a heart attack? No, I'm not basic.
I thought somebody was going to open the door. What a mess.
Okay, so we've been doing a lot of dating our whole lives. Unfortunately, we're still doing it.
I am so fucking tired. Like, I want to retire. I am telling y'all.
I'm tired.
I have even been seriously considering, do I need to adjust my height requirement?
Oh, Kiki, yes, you definitely do. Give
Why?
the little niggas a shot. They're great. They are great
But
men.
my experience hasn't been great.
Well,
my personal experience.
Don't get a little scamming ass nigga.
No, the ones I'm thinking about were not scammers. Well, except for, that one. But I didn't like him. That one doesn't count.
I gotta introduce you to some little niggas.
No, you don't. Why would you purposely Medina tells me about all these niggas that she met, didn't want to give numbers, shoot nothing. She's never like, let me give you one of those. She wants to say, let me introduce you to some little niggas. And when she says little, she means little. Like
little.
They might have a handicap sticker for being a little person. And nothing is wrong with that if you are little. But I just know how I can be. And I'm not trying to little boy you if you're a little boy.
I think we need to adjust the height requirement.
But what do you think my requirement is?
I think it's somewhere in the 6 feet. I think you need to make it 5'11".
I can do 5'11".
What about 5'8"?
Now you're getting too crazy. I'm 5'8" with 5-inch heels
You could
on.
be missing out on love. Real
love.
I'm
already missing it. Life ain't that bad, but I am ready to retire. If I gotta stay out here for a while longer, shit, I'm used to it. This is all I know.
Okay, well, the next good-looking little man that I meet, I'm gonna tell him about you and just be like, I want you to meet somebody. Watch me make a love connection.
It hasn't happened yet.
So what I was getting to was when we are dating, and you know, as soon as you start dating just one person, it seems relationshipy, but y'all might not really be exclusive. But when y'all are together, you are.
Okay.
Can you tell when do you notice shifts in relationships?
Mhm.
It's so awkward.
It
It's so
is.
awkward.
And it's like, do I just want to stay here? Because I did want to come, but now I'm feeling weird vibes. Should I just go? But I'm already here. And then you just in your head.
I think it makes it even more weird when somebody acknowledges.
You really did guzzle that.
It was good. Can I get another one? Your tipsy home girl. It was really good. That was a refreshing cocktail. I loved it. But when somebody addresses the shift in the relationship, it's normally the person that likes the other person more, who's like, "You've been acting funny." If you're dealing with this right now, because I was just in it, but I was the one who was trying to not be honest about it. If the person gets upset about you saying they've been acting funny, that means that they too acknowledge the shift in the relationship, and someone else has entered y'all relationship. And
somebody does what?
If they acknowledge it, like when there is a weird vibe and someone says something about it, like, "Hey, like you've been acting really funny, like you've been acting different. I feel a weird vibe." I think it's weird when people try to talk about energy, and it's never energy. All of a sudden is irrelevant when you bring up some shit like that. Like, no, I can feel it in your energy. Then niggas is like, "And don't be talking about that energy shit. It ain't okay." Who are you talking to? Just tell her. You can just tell me and we can end things. Or if you're the person who it is, it's like you can tell when somebody else is about to take your spot in a relationship, because the person starts to naturally, their energy is not really in favor of you anymore.
Yeah, they are preoccupied. They're probably sitting in their head
mad that they're with
comparing
you. They're mad that they're sitting here with you and they
I'm
want to
with
be.
you. I should have been with Kiara or whatever. Yeah, I notice it.
Does it hurt your feelings?
It does. And then I can tell when I'm hurting somebody else's feelings.
Me too.
And it sucks.
And that hurts worse than my feelings getting hurt.
Because it's like, whatever. Win some, you lose some. But when I hurt somebody else's feelings, I usually cry. I be feeling real bad.
That I'm not gonna lie. That has recently happened with me, and I had to stop talking to somebody, and it wasn't fun. And I still feel like, dang, like nobody. I wish men felt like this though, because when men hurt your feelings, they don't give a fuck. They're like, "I like Jessica, and I'm going with Jessica, and I don't care if it's your birthday. I don't care if it's Valentine's Day. I don't care if it's the day before Christmas. I'm leaving you, and I don't give a fuck." But women, we really think about it. Like, dang, I feel bad that like I'm not gonna be talking to you no more, and now I gotta block you because you're doing too much. I do feel bad about it, but
somebody told me I'm the nigga in situations, and I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "I just really feel like things are reversed, and I am acting like women usually act." And I was like, "Okay." I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think that I'm a nigga. That's all. I'm sure I'm not, but I mean, I don't know
I'm not, because bitch, I will cry in a heartbeat.
I mean, I be crying too, but it was just like, I think he wanted me to like show some more emotion or feel something more than I felt, and I didn't. And I wasn't gonna fake the extra feelings, but I was just like, I mean, I guess so. I don't know what to tell you.
Have you ever been talking to two men and you're let's say you're sleeping with both of them, and then you start liking one more and you don't want to sleep with the other one anymore, but a situation occurs where you're with the other one and you're like, dang, like I really don't want to fuck you tonight because I really like him, and I
just don't even want to.
I don't even want you to touch me. Now we're laying in the bed. It's a weird vibe. He's acknowledging the weird vibe, and you getting mad because he right.
Yeah,
it's nasty outside, y'all. Go home.
That happened one time, and then that's what made somebody profess they love for me, and I was like, oh hell, here we go again. I just don't know. I don't know how to handle this. I don't know. I mean, what do? It's nothing you can do.
You'd say what it is.
Well, yeah, but then it's like it doesn't change. You're not about to get what you want. I told you I don't want to do it. So I mean, maybe I am the nigga because I just be like.
Because I'll at least lie a little bit.
Lie a little bit for what? Your feelings already hurt. Let's just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off now. I told you what it was. Now you telling me how you feel. This doesn't change anything. I still don't want to have sex with you. And yeah.
That's rough. Like I keep saying.
That's why I like to have emotionless sex. Because sometimes all the feelings, it just becomes too much. And I don't want to deal with feelings. I will run away from them. I am a nigga. Yep, you're right. I don't want to deal with the feelings. I'm focused on these shows. We're on tour. We got shit to do. We got projects to drop. I'm working on a book. I am a busy bitch, okay? I mean, yeah.
That's why the niggas be on the podcast talking about the women that got a lot going for themselves gonna be lonely.
Probably so.
Thank you so
Because you
much,
know
Stephanie.
what? It's also a little rare for me that I meet somebody who really holds my interest, and I think that's why I be liking them so much, like a crazy person, which I gotta work on that myself. But it's like when you finally meet somebody who is more interesting than work, because niggas be dull.
It takes a lot. This is how I know I really like somebody. It takes a lot for me not to lie to you.
Okay.
And if I don't want to lie to you, oh my gosh, I don't know what, and that's very rare.
So when you don't lie, that means that you care about them more than the person you're lying to. Because some people feel like they lie to the person that they care more about because they don't want to hurt their feelings.
No, if I'm but an example of a lie, I recently was supposed to go to Houston, and I didn't know how. I was trying to juggle the two, and normally I'm okay with juggling men, but there was one that I really am like, dang, I don't want to be ducking and dodging his calls. I like him. Bitch, do you know I got an Uber, went to the airport, because I was like, fuck this. He's not my boyfriend. I'm just going to go to Houston. I'm going to have fun. But my whole body was cringing. I was like, it's going to be weird. I'm going to go. I'm going to be like, I'm going to be acting weird. I get all the way to the airport. Check in for my flight. I'm on time. I'm sitting at the gate talking to myself. I know they probably thought I was crazy. I was like, do I go? Do I not go? Do I go? Do I not go? Do I go? Do I not go? I was about to cry. My stomach was in so much knots. I went to the bathroom and threw up. Girl, I came back out.
What the fuck?
Dude is texting me, the one that I really like, and the other one who's like, okay, what time is your flight land? I'm telling him what time my flight land. I done got up, went to the gate, and said, can I cancel my flight? And I canceled the flight. I told them I had an emergency. They didn't give me a credit. I told them I had an emergency. I was crying and all, acting. I really wasn't sad. I was just a little confused. Ubered back home and got on the phone with the man and told him the truth about what just happened. I was like, I was totally lying to you. I said that we had a recording. I was really about to get on a flight, and I just didn't want to go. Like, I was like, I didn't want to be lying and ducking and I can't even believe I did that. I can't even believe
I can't believe you did
I can't
that
believe
either,
I did
because
that.
I would never, because I'm a nigga.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I really like him. I've never done something like that.
So what was his response?
He was like, wait a minute, so you could lie like that easily? Because I really was like, we have a recording, going into the recording, about to turn my phone off. I was like, that's what you take from this? And then we,
Yeah. That's what
I told him, I was like, at least I'm being honest with you. I had an opportunity to go somewhere and get a bunch of shit because my birthday's coming up, and I didn't. So, nigga, get over it. So we'll see what happens with that. He's probably going to do me dirty anyways, but...
What?
I was open with my feelings. Another thing I wanted to talk about before we move on to Indecisive Diane is over vetting when it comes to dating. I feel like we're getting to a point in dating where some people are treating it like it's a business, and it's almost annoying. Like, it takes the romance out of it. It's like, do you even really want to be dating if you're doing so much over vetting? Like, some
You should get a matchmaker. If you
that's
want
how you're going to be moving. It's like, I don't like sitting down on a date and I feel like I'm being interviewed, or you're asking me all of these like non-conversational questions.
It's like they're just going through a checklist in their head if you fit in their future.
Exactly. And that doesn't feel good for anybody. I wouldn't do that to anybody. If you don't fit in my future, we just don't work. But I don't want to sit down and you feel like this is a business. It's not a business, baby. We want to be romantic. I want to eat your booty one day.
Right. Like, we can talk about bills later. Like tomorrow.
You asking me about finances? Calm down, shawty. We gonna get there.
Wait. What do they ask about finances?
I just pulled that out of my head. No one has
Okay.
ever actually asked me that.
Oh.
No one has ever been like, hey, are you good with...
But I'll be honest, I like when they slide in there that they got good credit, or slide in there, things are good. I mean, I do like to know. Give
The
me all your
slide
things.
of the topic is cool. It's when you, like you were saying, when you do it like if the answer is not something that you like, now the whole vibe of the date is going to be off because now you don't think I'm good enough.
I went on a date with a man like that who also had a brown tooth, and so I realized
That's
he had been
wild.
editing all of his photos to have a white tooth, but it was the front one, and it was brown.
You know that means your tooth is dead?
Yeah.
Wow.
Get it taken out and get another one. And you're trying to like flash your Rolex Cash that bitch in and
get
get an
your
implant.
teeth fixed, baby.
Yeah, like what?
That is one of the biggest things I want you ladies to pay attention to. And now I can see it in my 30s. When these men talk about everything that they have and how they have so much of their life together and they got all this money, again, if you are missing that side tooth or their nails are brown, the math ain't mathin', baby boy, because these are basic.
You're just not taking care of yourself, and that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to do maintenance. You can't just buy all the flashy shit, because what's the point of that?
Right, because when you hand me that money and I see them little brown nails,
That's gross to me. And then you want to put that in my pussy?
and it's dirty.
Or my mouth?
Or have you ever looked at somebody and you can see, I
The
know everybody's
earwax?
checking their ears right now. You can see the ear crust.
Yes. And as a person who suffers from seborrheic dermatitis, I am really always like, what's going on? Because I get like these dry patches all
Mhm.
around the perimeter, all back here into my ear. I bought a ear irrigator.
Wow. My
I
mom
be
got
doing-
one from my dad because she was like, I'm not going to keep looking at this. And so she
you
got
gotta do
it
that.
for
And different
him.
people have different types of earwax. Also, if you didn't know, you can go to CVS and they'll do it for you.
and eye boogers. I am always shocked when I'm talking to someone and you have I see you don't.
like when you wake up,
No, it's like the middle of the day. You've been awake. Why is
You
there a
know what?
boogie in your eye?
you probably either didn't wash your face or you could have an overactive tear duct. Again, go to the doctor because they can do something about that.
But see, those are the things that I'm looking at. You talking about my finances and stuff and my credit, and I'm looking at these little basic. You don't pay attention to detail, and I just don't want my kids to see that. So
That's very
we need to just end this date now.
Mhm.
Speaking of dates, we're gonna move on to Indecisive Diane, and when we come back, we have some advice for y'all.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey ladies, it's me, Diane, and let me tell you about this cute little vegan bar called Bar Vegan. It's in Pond City Market. Literally, when you enter, you go up those winding stairs right up top. The men are there, and maybe they're healthy since it's vegan. Go there, try out their drinks, try out the vegan quesadillas. Tell me how you like it. Bye.
Okay, you did. Okay.
Twice. All right, you guys. So we are back from Indecisive Diane, and it's time for the advice. If you would like to ask us a question on the show, we have a new email. It's advice@cocktailspod.com. All right. You want to read the first one?
Mm-hmm. Okay, the subject is scared to break up with my girlfriend. Advice needed. Hi, ladies. I love, love, love your show. Listening to it is truly the highlight of my week. I really want y'all's advice on my relationship. I don't know why we ain't got one. My girlfriend, let's call her Jane, and I have been together for 4 years. We're both 24 years old. We've been best friends since high school and ended up going to the same college. Our sophomore year, we went to a Halloween party, and I got super drunk and made out with 2 girls. Jane found out and was so upset and crying. Turns out she'd been in love with me since our freshman year. I had no idea. Excuse me. After she confessed her love for me, I decided to give dating her a try. Here we are 4 years later. I love her so much, but I just don't feel in love with her. I always think about all I've missed out on. I've never been in a relationship before her. I have a wall up when it comes to sex. We always do the same thing. She eats me out and I finger her till she comes. She wants to spice up our sex life, but I just am not interested. She brings up marriage all the time and is upset and I'm not ready after being together for 4 years. I honestly just want to experience dating, a hoe phase, having casual sex and other people, but don't want to hurt her. She always says if we broke up, she could not be in my life. I don't want to lose the person I care most about. I'm also scared to be without her. We live together. I don't really have my friends and spend 95% of my time with her. Interested in y'all's thoughts. Thank you in advance. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one because everybody's been here before.
I mean, I just feel like y'all gotta stop being scared to break up with people.
You really do. To stretch out the answer just a little bit more, I did this and it does not, it's gonna feel worse when you do, okay, there's two worse. It's going to feel worse if you keep on prolonging this 4 more years like I did, and you're with somebody for 8 years, and then you think about the time that you wasted and things that you just could have been doing, not to hurt somebody's feelings, but sometimes you got to not sometimes, you need to put yourself first.
Right.
And then if you let somebody bamboozle you into marriage, you're going to end up treating her bad. You're going to resent her. You're going to cheat on her. You are going to cheat on her. You're going to be unhappy. You want things, and it's okay.
Then you're going to fuck around and have to deal with child support with somebody who you probably will resent because you're going to say that they pressured you, or even just having kids or buying property together, all these things that come with marriage, and you don't want to be with that person. So why not just cut your losses now so that you both can just move on? Because I just don't think you should prolong it.
And it sounds easy. It's not. You're going to go through a little sad phase, but you are going to be okay. Like, for real. You're going to look up one day and be like, Jane, who? And let Jane, also, if you love Jane a lot, as much as you say you are, you got to do the Mariah Carey thing, that butterfly song. You got to let it go. If y'all come back to each other after you've lived a little life, then it was meant to be. If you don't, then it wasn't, and you're 10 times better. She's better off and you're better off.
Exactly.
Don't hold each other back, because that's what you're doing. Let it go.
Selfish and it's rude. All right. Homie hunching crisis. Hey, y'all. Just want to say I love y'all's show and truly appreciate you for changing a lot of my views on sex, sexuality, and pleasure. Oh, good. As a black bi/pan man who grew up in the church, we all know how that environment can shape our view on the world, and I'm glad that I found y'all as I was going into college. Damn, you was young. Okay, now on to the crisis. Going into undergrad a few years ago, I was still kind of in the closet and working my way into being more comfortable with my sexuality. Oftentimes, I found myself slipping back into a straight persona just to make friends. Well, that's where the homie in this story comes in. So my freshman year, I started hanging out with this dude. Let's call him Kane. Kane and Jane. Okay. Me and Kane immediately click, and we start doing normal bro shit, like going to the gym, going to parties, chilling in the dorm, etc. We would even do stuff like play gay. Wait a minute.
Wait.
Eden or any other male listener will be able to inform you about what that is. I wish you would have told me, because I don't know what does play gay mean?
Is it like playing house, but you're an adult playing with penises and booty holes?
But okay. Well, we'll move on because you didn't give us an answer. But I still didn't pay too much mind to it because I was growing out of my ugly phase and finally getting my own hoes. Every now and again, we would talk about girls, and I would notice him getting hard and playing with what I could see was a thick-ass dick, but still paying it no mind. It seemed like he was paying it mind.
Is y'all on FaceTime? Where
They're
is y'all
chilling in the
at?
dorm, I guess.
Oh.
One night, we come back from this party, and Kane brings back this girl to his dorm, and I left something in there from the pregame. Just like the girls be leaving their little belongings. Okay. So I had to go back and get it. These drunk motherfuckers can't keep their hands off of each other. I'm talking in the elevator, kissing and shit, barely able to get to the dorm room door open because they are grinding on each other in the threshold. We go in the room, and they immediately get to taking off clothes, and he jumps right into eating post-party twang pussy. I'm struggling to find my shit because it's so dark, and when I finally find it and turn to leave, I can hear her ask Kane, "He's staying?" My ass ain't never been so happy in my life. Kane is attractive to me, but I saw him more of a bro, but the hormones was hormoning because I turned and answered her, "I can if you want." Oh, I know that's right. Is this a cocktail? Okay, we both get to munching on the girl, and I kid you not, we low-key kissed. I stepped back to reassess and make sure I wasn't dreaming, and Kane acted like nothing happened and just started fucking her. I could make out the outlines in the dark, and his muscular ass on top of her was turning me the fuck on. So I go over and get some head while she's taking back shots, and Kane looked at me in the eyes with this look that made me feel like he was fucking me. Shit, high-key turned me on, so I nut and leave because I wasn't sure if I was tripping or not. A week passes, and it's midterms, so we still hung out, but not as much because of studying. We briefly talked about it, but not too much in depth. After midterms, we get even more fucked up, and a similar scenario happens. But this time, Kane asks me to join him with a different girl. I dip with them, and this time I stay to see what I missed, and boy, did I miss some shit. This nigga Kane is a freak. Eating ass, spitting in mouths, tying her to the bed, and calling her all types of names. We all finish, and I leave again to make sure nothing gets weird. This goes on every other week or so for about 2 months, and each time I get more and more turned on looking at my bro and me fucking these hoes and secretly wishing it was just us. This is a long time to be having these kind of affairs in college. Y'all was living the life. Okay, one week I noticed a girl that he brings back as a girl from my class who I know is by herself. We get going like normal, but this time Kane is hitting it from the back and tells me to come back there so we can both put it in. I was geeked, but I tried to play it cool. It took a little maneuvering, but we get it in, and when I tell you I thought I could fly, feeling his thick-ass dick rub against me while he rubbed my shoulders and encouraging me with words of affirmation had me going crazy. Just when I thought it couldn't get no more crazy, this nigga pulls out and puts his dick between my legs from behind, hunching me. That shit had me going even more stupid because the girl was looking directly at both of us and rubbing her clit at the same time. Everybody nut, and I still leave right after to collect my thoughts and get some fresh air because I thought I was in a dream. A couple more weeks pass, and we still don't really say nothing about it because he don't bring it up, and I don't want to fuck up our friendship. Finals week passed, and mostly everybody is gone for the holidays, but both of us had late finals and have to work because broke college students. On the last night, we catch our Greyhounds home. We smoking and chilling, just playing the game, and Kane says he might have somebody come through. I'm already knowing what type of time he wants.
Kane is like...
Kane is getting bitches.
You trying to pull
I have
up?
a feeling this is about to be a man, but let's see. Okay, he just playing the game, and Kane says he might have somebody come through. I'm already knowing what type of time he on, so I get my mind right for some more homie hunching. Hours pass, and the girl never shows. So we find a bunch of leftovers bottles and finish them before the RA search our room over break. At this point, we are pretty drunk and get tired of playing the game, so I go to take a piss. When I come back, this nigga got his dick in his hand and is slowly stroking that thick-ass dick under those blue LED lights like it was motherfucking moonlight.
Niggas love to have them lights in their apartments.
Mm-hmm. I think the DL gods heard me from high above or down below because I went out there and did my motherfucking thing. We started off just stroking each other, but I needed more from my boy, so I went ahead and sucked that dick like I would never see it again. He tried to do a little something, but there was too much teeth for me. So we nut, and oddly enough, cuddle for the night. I'm not sure if it was too much gay shit for him because over break, when we came back, the energy had shifted.
We stopped just talking about shifted energy.
Mm-hmm. We stopped hanging out as much, and then as the years in school passed, we just grew further apart. Not gonna lie, it definitely felt like I was going through a breakup because I was for sure listening to Mary J. Fast forward to a few weeks ago, and I see this nigga again when I was visiting home. This time, the energy was completely different again. We hang out, smoke, and go out like we were back in school, and I could see the name. I could see the same look in his eyes when we were freshmen. Ladies plus Eden, do I see what type of time my homie is on, or should I let him go about his way so I'm not left hanging again?
I think you're gonna get your feelings hurt if you.
I think so,
if you
too.
really like. It seems like you really
This
like him.
man is a savage.
He's a savage. Anybody that can like fuck the shit out of you and then just pull up like nothing happened. They don't need to talk about it. They don't need nothing. They don't care. Bro, that's the savage you playing with. If you gonna play with it, you playing with fire. You gonna be crying at Christmas. Ooh, you about to be sad. Ain't no other way. You gotta dip out.
Sad?
He gonna be sad.
Well, you probably
he
will be
likes
sad.
him.
Mm-hmm.
He likes him, and he's like doing these things. You know when you're doing something, you're like, he gonna wife me up one day. You're his dirty little secret, and that's all you'll ever be. If you can handle it, cool. But it don't seem like you can, my guy.
Yeah, I would say don't do it again. Just, when you see him, hey, what's up? And that's it.
And I don't think that he really needs to address the situation because the savage man is not going to give you the response that you want. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree.
If you're trying to be like, hey, let's talk about the things that have happened. This nigga is moving like y'all about to go play basketball. Like, and that's it. It's going to hurt your feelings, I feel like, to have the conversation.
Yeah, don't do any of it. Just think about the memories and reread this. This was very little advice, very much a cocktail. Very interesting one. Thank you so much for sending it in.
Thanks for being so detailed.
Again, the email is advice@cocktailspod.com. So now we're going to move on to the cocktails.
But if you ain't got a buck, I won't cup 'em. Spend 100 on me, it ain't nothing. Money that would be so stuffing. Back to the point, is it some cash in this place? If it is, I'll probably see the stats in your face, turn around. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe, was a hoe, was
Okay, this one is titled, I Needed That D. Hello, beautiful sisters.
Aw, hey.
So happy I discovered y'all's podcast. Listening to Poor Minds. Shout out. Okay, so I just started a side hustle job. Majority of men in this department. Niggas everywhere. Hard eyes and the drool face. But this one tall, chocolate, older, dreadhead daddy caught my eye in the break room. I didn't speak because I was on the phone, but I seen him clearly undressing me with them hazel eyes. I smiled and I thought I'll see him again. Fast forward, next day, I see daddy on the elevator. He got on and said, good morning. I said, good morning, lover. Oh, y'all real inappropriate. He said, I wish I was your lover. I said, your wish is my command. Shit, let's
What
make
job
it
is this?
Where is y'all working at? To be saying that, she said, your wish is my command. Shit, let's make it happen. We exchanged numbers and was texting throughout the day. Oh, I know they was having a good day at work. Smiling. He invited me over that night to roll up. Fast forward again after we smoked and a couple of shots of Tito's. Y'all taking shots of Tito's? That's crazy. I put my legs over his legs. He started rubbing my feet and said, you got pretty toes. I said, I got a pretty pussy too. You ready for her?
He was not fucking playing, bitch.
She said, you know how we talk about women not initiating? She said, nigga, what's
I got
up?
it.
He picked me up, carried me to his room. Once we were in there, we get to business. His fingers made his way to my wet pussy, and he said, damn, I ain't even put him in yet. We had a laugh, and he told me to turn around, and he ate my booty like no tomorrow. I laid down. He started giving me some long, slow, deep strokes. Them love making eye contact, passionate strokes. Oh, I love them strokes. Y'all, we was making music from my wop to his groans. My shit talking loud, moaning. My pussy is farting. Ass clapping, bow, bing, bow. Him slapping it. Ooh, wee. Let's just say daddy put it down. We ended with me on top. He whispered in my ear in between him sucking these double D's. I'm there too. I'm part of the club. I needed that pussy, mama. Me too, daddy. Me too. Medina girl, it's just something about an older nigga I just love. I know what you mean now. That was good. I feel like I know her for some reason.
Yeah, and I still want to know where you work.
Where do y'all work? Y'all at FedEx or UPS or something?
Probably, and that's why we're not getting our fucking packages. All right.
Whew.
All right. Hi, ladies. Love you and the podcast. Can't wait to see you guys at one of the live shows. Here's my cocktail. Back in 2009, I met a man, let's call him Lawrence, on Twitter, and we hit it off. We lived in different states, and we're both in serious relationships. Fast forward to present day. We're both married, not to each other. Wait, didn't we read this one? Maybe I just read it. Both married, but not to each other. But we meet up in a different city about 2 to 3 times a year. Yeah, I read this.
You did read it? Well,
okay, well, that's it for the cocktails.
On October 29th, we will be hosting a Sip and Stroke brought to you by Taste Vita. If you guys are interested in coming, which we hope you are, it's going to be fun. It's a Halloween event.
Yeah, they're going to have nude models. It's at the strip club. It'll be a good time. Just head on over to tastevitainc.com or just click the link in our description box. And make sure you're following us at CockTales Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
I'm at Coffee Bean Dean.
And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Wait on the track. Bye. 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 Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Wait on the track. Wait on the track.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye.
Wait on the track.
Bye. 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 Bye.